Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on the Flash Season 3. All of these, everything in this video, sorry, is going to be about the Flash Season 3. And this is going to be one of those Q&As, which I said I was going to do, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. So I might do one more after this. So if you have any more questions, do leave them in the comment section below. They can be about personal stuff in my real life, or they can be about Flash, Arrow, Legends, Supergirl, all of those shows. So the first thing I want to say is when you're watching this video, it will be 2017 in Australia at least. So Happy New Year to every Australian that's watching, and I guess everyone in the Southern Hemisphere. But when this video actually comes out, it might be like, I don't know, well, New Year's Eve everywhere else. So it'll be almost 2017 everywhere else. So don't celebrate too hard because you might regret it. But just one quick thing to do before we actually get into these questions. That Instagram giveaway I'm doing is still going. It will go until about a week before the shows return, so it's around like the 17th of January. So I'll leave everything linked in the description in regards to what you need to do. All you have to do is go to my Instagram, follow, and that's how you enter, and you can be in the chance to win either a t-shirt or a pop Funko based around like Flash, Arrow, Legends, all of that stuff. But this is my Instagram name right there, so you can just look it up and then follow, and yeah. But let's get into these questions. I'll try and quick fire through them pretty quick, except for the main one, which I'll put at the title of this video. I'll spend a tiny bit more on that question, but yeah, let's get started. So the first question comes from Overlord Kinsey, and he/she says, why can't Barry use another Tachyon enhancement to make himself even faster? And this is a good question, and the real answer to this is plot. You know, just not repeating the same story cycle. I know a lot of people say like, oh, well, the Flash is going to introduce a character who we think is good, and then, oh my god, he's evil. But yeah, I can understand that because they did it in Season 1 with Harrison Wells. Technically in Season 2 with Hunter Zolomon, even though it was like a time remnant, so they put like a twist on it. But with the Tachyon thing, it's just like a get out of jail free card for the Flash. Like, oh, I need to go faster. Tachyons. It's just not that interesting. Like, it'd be more cool if they found a new scientific way or a more just cool way to make Barry faster. So that's why they just won't use the Tachyons again. Or at least in this season, I don't think. They might introduce them maybe when the Reverse Flash comes back into the picture. But for now, I think they'll just leave the Tachyons alone just because of plot reasons and it just being, you know, too easy to bring it in to, you know, use it to make Barry faster. The second question comes from Anas Alagil, and this is the question I put at the title of this video most likely, and that is, will Cisco become another Dr. Alchemy? He did open the box. Honestly, I did not think about this at all until I read this question, and when I read this question, I was like, oh, that's pretty damn interesting because it's true. Like, Julian opened the box, released Savitar, and then he became Dr. Alchemy. And even though like Savitar was communicating to him, through like his dead sister to go and find it, so technically Savitar had a connection to Julian beforehand. But then you got to realize that Cisco had the same thing happening to him because he kept seeing Dante, and Savitar was using Dante to get Cisco to open the box, which would you know, bring Dante back to life. Well, that's what he was saying. So it is a possibility, but what I think they're going to do is now that Cisco's opened that box, it's going to give Cisco the ability to connect more to the Philosopher's Stone and possibly its history, as well as maybe the history of the Speed Force and Savitar. As you may have heard if you watched my most recent video before this, which would have been the Savitar's Speed Explained video, I did say I am expecting for them to do like a history of the Speed Force. Maybe not just one episode on it, but like throughout the back half of this season, we'll get more explained about it, as well as Savitar's history and the history of the Philosopher's Stone as well. And I think Cisco might be the one that does that because he can vibe, he can touch people, and obviously touch objects, and it might, you know, show the history of what they are or who had them beforehand, which I am expecting. I think Cisco is going to play a major part in regards to figuring out all that stuff involving Savitar. The third question comes from Robert Charlton, and he says, do you think in Season 4 or 5 that Wally will take over the mantle of the Flash? Which, once again, another interesting question. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. Happened in the comics. Wally was the Flash for 21 years? I don't know, something like that. Just 20 odd years. Wally was the Flash after obviously Barry dies in Crisis on Infinite Earths. And they could do it. I don't think they're going to do it in season 4, just a bit too early. The Wally character is still hit and miss with some people. I like him. I liked him as soon as he came to the show. 1, because I like Wally West. 2, it's played by an Australian, which is always good. And 3, I just didn't mind his story arc. I thought it was decent. Like, you understood why he was acting the way he was. I know some people get really annoyed with it, but it is the CW. There has to be that like dramatic element to it. So I didn't mind it. But if they went into it too early, when say not the majority of the audience, and I think it has to be like a good 80 to 90% of the viewing audience has to be sweet with Wally before they could, kill Barry off for a bit and make Wally the Flash. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did, especially if a Keenan Lonsdale who plays Wally becomes not only more popular with the people that are watching the show, but just more popular in general as an actor. If he's getting in big roles on movies and stuff like that, which I think he is, I don't know. But yeah, if he gets bigger in popularity, they might feel the need to do it. But I don't think they'd make him the Flash for good. I think it might be like a half a season or maybe like a 5-6 episode arc where Barry's gone, everyone thinks he's dead, and Wally steps up and takes the mantle of the Flash, which would be pretty cool. Question 4 comes from Dumb Nerd, and they say, when Savitar said that future Barry trapped him in the Speed Force, do you think it could be the Blue Flash from the comics? And I didn't choose this question because of the first part, I chose it because of the second part with the do you think it could be the Blue Flash from the comics? And if you, I think I've said it on Twitter as well as just mentioned it in the YouTube comments. I don't think I've said it in a video yet. I hate the Blue Flash storyline. I really do not like it. I'm not talking about Blue Lantern Flash from Blackest Night. I was about to say Darkest Night. Blackest Night, the Green Lantern storyline. I'm talking about like the future Barry in the New 52 storyline. I don't like that storyline, and I think a lot of people that want this future Flash to come are people that haven't read that storyline, because if you've read it, you'd know it's not that great. It's really not that good, and I just don't think it'd work if they did it, because they've already established, like in 2024, Barry's still got the red suit. In 2056, he is talking to Rip Hunter. We don't know if this is like a good version of Barry still wearing the red suit, or if this is a blue future Flash. Hopefully it isn't. But yeah, I just hope they don't do the Blue Flash storyline. I just don't like it, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who agree with me. The next question comes from Top 10s, and they said, what are you planning for your New Year's resolutions? Or what's your New Year's resolutions? Well, the first one is just to, exercise more often. That's probably like an easy one that a lot of people do, which is in conjunction with lose weight, I guess. And another one is like kick negativity out of my life, if you know what I mean. Like surround yourself with more positive things. And another one would be meet new people. That's one I always try to do every year, like meet new people, whether it be meet a new friend or just, meet new people in general. And one thing I always do in New Year's resolutions, and just a quick thing to mention, I always start doing them like either at the beginning of December or like halfway through December, just because it like flows on easier going into the new year. Like I've already started like exercising more often. It's working, like losing a bit of weight. And obviously it's going to be much easier going into 2017 and doing the same. So that's what I always do with it. So yeah, those are my New Year's resolutions. Question 7 comes from Charles Diaz, and he says, will Supergirl ever fuse with Earth 1, or will we see another version of her on Earth 1 like Power Girl? In regards to the first part of the question, they sort of like negated that or like solved that. I guess when Cisco gives Kara that little breach opening device that she can talk into and speak to everyone on Earth 1 with. So yeah, I don't think they're going to fuse that anytime soon. In regards to the second part of the question with Power Girl, Andrew Kreisberg, who's a producer on The Flash, like all of the shows essentially apart from Legends, he did say that like Power Girl could happen, but he might have just been saying, oh yeah, it could happen, we don't know. So I think might have been what he was hinting at. So in regards to Power Girl showing up, I think if she was actually going to show up, it would either be on Supergirl, funnily enough, not on like the other shows. Like it might be like she goes to like Earth 31 or something, and there's Power Girl and it's her, but in a different suit. Or it'd be like a crossover next year or the year after, and they go to like a planet or like an Earth, with doppelgangers, and her doppelganger is Power Girl. She might be evil, who knows? But I think if they were going to introduce Power Girl, that's where they would do it. Question 8 comes from Nick, and he says, who do you think Savitar is? I think Savitar is Savitar. Plain and simple. I hope they don't give him like a secret identity like it's Eddie Thorne, it's Henry Allen from Earth 4 or something like that. Just keep it simple. Savitar is Savitar. Obviously, he's going to have a face. Like, they're going to get to a point in the season where that armor goes away and they see who Savitar is. And I really hope it isn't someone we know, because Savitar is like a myth. So he should have been around for a while. So it shouldn't be anyone that we know. But yeah, so hopefully Savitar is just Savitar and they don't do a secret identity thing. They already had one of those this season with Dr Alchemy. So that should be like the masked man mystery of this season. Question 9 comes from Barry Allen. Wow, what an honor. And he says, do you think that season 4 will show Godspeed? No, I hope not. He was just in the comics. Let him breathe for a bit. There's no need to rush him in. I don't think he was like an amazingly interesting character. I thought he was like half decent. So there's no need to... His suit is cool. Like the name Godspeed is pretty damn cool. But even in, like, if they brought him in season 4, it'd be confusing, because Savitar's calling himself the God of Speed. I remember when that happened, and so many people got confused, because, I don't know, people just don't obviously listen when they're watching the shows. He obviously said God of Speed, but people just, oh, Godspeed, the two words with it, so let's make it Godspeed. So there was a lot of confusion with that thing. A lot of people thinking that Savitar was actually Godspeed. If they did Godspeed, it might be in the movies, or they might leave it to like a season 6 at the least, I think, with the Flash. Just, there's no need to rush him in. There's more interesting villains they could do, like Abracadabra, Cobalt Blue, and stuff like that. So, calm down, we'll leave it for a bit. Question 10 comes from DFD, and he goes, what happened to Eddie after Flashpoint? And I'm going to take this in 2 different ways. The first one, like, oh, did Eddie not die because of what Barry did in going to Flashpoint? Eddie still died, the same stuff still happened. Eddie is dead, or dead. In regards to Eddie not appearing in the Flashpoint episode, which is one thing I'm just going to take from this question. I think I've mentioned it before, maybe, I'm not too sure, but I was a bit disappointed that Eddie, or Rick Cosnet, who plays Eddie, didn't show up for that one episode. But I can understand why, because if he was in the episode, he would have been in the episode for like 3 minutes, 1 or 2 scenes, because there was no real need for him to be in the episode that much. But he should have, I don't know if he did get name dropped, I'm 99% sure he didn't, but it would have been nice if they name dropped him just to show, oh yeah, he does exist, but you know, whatever. He could have been like married to Iris or something, but they went down a different path with the Flashpoint storyline this season, which I was fine with. But yeah, not saying Eddie was a bit of a disappointment, but you never know. We might see him back as Cobalt Blue, which would be pretty damn cool. Question 11 comes from Jason, and he says, how do you come up with your video ideas, and do you get annoyed when someone copies your stuff? Well, in regards to the video ideas, it's mainly just stuff that I'm thinking. Obviously, if I'm thinking they're my ideas, but like once I watch an episode, I'm thinking, oh, okay, what's going to happen there? What's going to happen there? What the hell does that mean? Then I make that into a video, and yeah, I only make like 1 or 2 bonus videos. Like sometimes there are other ideas for videos which will get explained next week, and I might not have time to make them into a video. Personally, I only like uploading 1 video a day, unless it's like a trailer breakdown after a review, even though it depends on time zones if it comes out the same day, and in other time zones it comes out different days. But yeah, that's the only occasion where it's like a trailer breakdown apart from like a normal video. But in regards to like 2 normal videos, like the normal videos I do make, I don't like uploading them 2 on the same day. I try to keep them 1 a day, 1 every 2 days and stuff like that. And do you get annoyed when someone copies your stuff? You can't really say, like, it's YouTube. Like, the only thing I really get annoyed at is when people like really copy my thumbnail design. Like when something like, oh, is that my video? Oh no, it's someone else's video, but it looks exactly the same. Copy my title, I see that a lot. And this is like a rare occurrence, but it has happened. Actually, it's not that rare because it's happened a few times, but when I've said something in a video, like it's my, like my vocabulary and use, like the way I speak, it's almost as if someone's like written down what I've said and then said it in their video, which is just like, it's a bit strange, bit weird, but okay, whatever you want to do. That's what annoys me, but I don't know, it doesn't mind. Like, if people make videos like this, it only helps me out because I'm in a niche. Like, it's a very small, like, niche sort of genre that I make videos in. So the more people that do it, it slowly grows. And then more people get brought into it. And obviously, because I'm a bigger person in it, then people just get attracted to me as well. So it's a win-win for me, no matter way you look at it. So yeah, not really that annoyed in regards to like copying it. It's really when it's like full on copying, like thumbnail design, title, tags for a certain part, and also like the actual content within the video. If it's like quote for quote what I'm actually saying. And the last question, question 12, comes from Hunter Zolomon himself. What an honor. We've had Barry, now we got Hunter. The whole gang is here. What's your fave video that you have ever made? So what's my favorite video that I've ever made? Probably the only ones I can really remember, like ones where I really enjoyed making them, probably the, like anything that was like really like making fun of Arrow at the end of season 4. They were pretty fun. Like the RIP Elicity came out, I think almost close to the new seasons coming out. It came out, I think I released that video after Comic-Con. So yeah, that was like leading up to Arrow season 5. But yeah, also the stuff like when Arrow was just finishing up season 4 as well. Just making jokes about it, about how stupid it was. Yeah, those are the ones that I can remember off the top of my head that I had a lot of fun making. Also, the backlash from that RIP Elicity video was pretty good as well. I was actually surprised with how angry some people... Actually, I shouldn't have been surprised, really. Well, whatever. But thanks for watching, guys. As I said, Happy New Year if it is 2017 where you live when you are watching this video. As I said, that Instagram giveaway is still going on, so all the stuff will be in the description below if you want to go enter that. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be very much appreciated if you could leave a like on it. As I said, I'll probably do another one, possibly even 2 more Q&A videos similar to this, but obviously this was all Flash stuff because it was really all Flash questions for the most part. There was some Arrow and Supergirl and I think some Legends, but the Flash ones were more intriguing to do. But yeah, if you do have a question on any of those shows, it also can be like a personal question as well. Just leave them in the comments and I'll see if I can answer them. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe, be very much appreciated, and I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.